It is now Lima Time, a program designed to promote the transformation of the agricultural sector for improved income, food and nutrition security. Brought to you by the National Agricultural Information Services, NAIS. Stay abreast with the latest appropriate technologies and policies to increase your production and productivity in crop, nutrition, livestock and fisheries. Lima, moving the agriculture sector forward.
For years, rice has remained an underutilized crop in Zambia despite its potential to contribute to food security, nutrition and household incomes. In Luapula province alone, more than 486,000 hectares of land have the potential to support rice farming. Yet, less than 1% of this land is currently under production. This gap has left Zambia importing nearly half of its rice needs, despite the untapped opportunities in Luapula. So, in order to enhance rice production in Luapula province, the Japanese International Cooperation Agency's market-oriented rice development project, MOREDEP, was introduced.
This project started way back in 2019, around September, somewhere there. So it's a successor program or project to the rice dissemination project, which was there before then. Of course, this project is under JICA. This project has three components. The first component is research, then the second component is extension, and the third one is marketing. Yeah. So for Luapula province, we are implementing the second component, which is extension. And when this project just started, around that time, the time that I just mentioned, 2019, somewhere there, September. This project started with 900 farmers. The project started with four districts and 18 camps. As I'm speaking now, the project is in 39 camps, 7 districts. So apart from the 4 districts that I mentioned, Mwansabombo was included, Chembe was included, and Chifunaburi, making the total number of districts to 7. Yeah. So like I said, when the project started, we started with 900 farmers. And as I'm speaking now, was the target for the project before coming to an end, and of course it's coming to an end this year, around September, it was around 12,700. As I'm speaking now, we are just nearing 12,000, around 11,500 farmers that we have reached out to.
The market-oriented rice development project, MOREDEP, was established with one clear goal: to increase farmers' income by promoting rice production as a business. Implemented through the Ministry of Agriculture and its partners, the project has introduced innovative approaches that go beyond farming techniques.
We received that project in 2021 here in Kawambwa district. And initially there was just a selection of 4 camps where we began rice intervention activities through the Ministry of Agriculture. And in those 4 camps, we only had about 50 farmers per camp, bringing a total number to 200. Before that, in the district, we had about less than 30 farmers that were practicing rice cultivation here in Kawambwa. And among the 30 from our camp surveys that we did, we discovered that only 3 were women. But after the project in 2021, we had a recruitment of 50 farmers per camp, bringing a total to 200, as I mentioned. Then these farmers were offered or were given technical training in rice cultivation. That has to do with quality seed. That's the first thing to begin with. Farmers are made to understand that where there is no quality product is as a result of lacking quality seed. So no quality, no market. That has been the motto for all our farmers here in Kawambwa. Then from quality seed, farmers were trained on how to do planting, that is line planting compared to broadcasting. From line planting to do with weeding, on how they can manage their weeding, timely weeding. Also we came to time of harvest, time of harvest techniques. Then we did harvesting techniques, how to harvest rice, where from the crop, the rice crop itself, where to cut from. Then we talk about threshing, which is a very important aspect in terms of technical way of managing rice as a crop to avoid breakages and all that. Then threshing, winnowing, drying, all these are technicalities that farmers have been made to understand in terms of rice cultivation. Then farmers were also equally supported through the JICA project under Moredep. We are supported with line markers, guide ropes. We are also supported with trampolines, rather tents, and as well as threshing stands. So these were given to all the farmers in the camps. Then apart from such kind of support, JICA went further in terms of creating market linkage for the farmers.
Currently, Luapula province contributes about 6% of Zambia's rice produced by more than 16,000 small-scale farmers. Through Moredep's interventions in improved seed, farmer training, market access, these farmers are becoming part of a stronger value chain that not only produces more rice but also delivers higher incomes.
We have seen a lot of farmers whose capacity has been built in terms of the agronomy of growing rice. Other than that, I think the production of rice has increased. We have districts like Chifunabuli, Mansa, Mwense, Kawambwa, where a lot of farmers are engaged in rice production. Other than that, I think we have varieties that farmers are growing, like Nerika 4 and Inene, which are, they have got a short period before they reach physical maturity. So our farmers are able to grow in these particular varieties and they are able to make an income.
The project has also strengthened extension services through a cluster approach, where farmers are organized, trained, and supported collectively. This has made it easier to spread improved practices and technologies across entire farming communities.
It has been promoting what is called the clusters, rice cluster approaches, where we put these farmers in groups for ease of dissemination of knowledge, and also to aid them where marketing is concerned, for them to easily bargain and also to easily, aggregate their products, So, and since the project is oriented to marketing, that's why, the situation was, the approach is like that. Other than the cluster approach, we have also what we are calling the lead farmer approach. Because we see this approach to be cost effective and very effective at the same time, to easily reach out to other farmers. Because often time, our extension officers, they are challenged probably in terms of resources, could be finances or transport. But with these farmers, since they are within the communities, it's easier for them to reach out to the farmers. And we have found this method to be very, very effective.
A unique feature of Moredep is the training of farmers in farming and post-harvest techniques. This approach equips farmers with knowledge and business skills to ensure that increased production translates into increased income.
For post-harvest, there are certain things that we look at. One, we first of all look at the timing itself. At what time is the farmer likely to harvest the rice? The best time that we teach our farmers that they need to look at the rice itself, the appearance. When the rice appears, turns golden brown, that is the right time for them to harvest their rice. When the panicle is still a bit green somewhere, then they need to go in and start harvesting. Then after harvesting, then they need to do the drying. The drying, we encourage farmers to at least dry their rice for 3 days. Each day at least for 3 to 4 hours. And within that, they need to be turning their rice every after half an hour to 1 hour, so that the rice is evenly dried. After that, then they need also to do what we call, that is drying. That is after they do the winnowing and everything. Then after that, they need to store. Yeah, and during the threshing, we encourage farmers to use the threshing stand, because if they don't use the threshing stand, then they just resort to beating of the rice. Then the rice will actually be broken inside, and when they take it for milling, that rice will be broken. And when it is taken for market, that farmer will actually get a low profits. So we don't want farmers to go that route. We would want our farmers to have their value for money.
The increase in rice production in districts like Chifunabuli and Kawambwa due to the Morede project has led to organizations like the Sisters of Mercy and Agripreneur Foundation in Kawambwa starting rice milling businesses.
The farmers were very excited to hear that the sisters have brought the rice mill here because of the distance they were covering. So they were very excited, and they promised that they would even expand, their farming, especially the hectareage. Yes. So we were also happy that the business is going to do well. And so for the last season, we were promised that they have done a lot, the farmers, and they still have rice. And as a farm, we also we did a half lima of the rice. We planted, and we did harvest a good, about 10 bags.
Additionally, rice millers like Sister Rosemary from the Sisters of Mercy provide guidance on ways farmers can maintain rice quality at the milling plant.
When rice is not well dried, it's a challenge that it cannot be milled nicely. It cannot come out, coming out nicely, I would say. Because when it's not dry, rice will just, the mill, the machine will just let the rice just come like that. And it will even break. Though it's not dry, though it will pass through the machine, but still it will break, because it's like it's soft, and so it will be crushed.
The Morede project is also helping farmers secure stable markets by linking them to buyers and millers. If nearly 89% of farmers facing challenges accessing markets, these linkages are critical to ensure rice remains attractive as a business venture.
In September, we carry out what we are calling stakeholder training. Suppose we call all value chain players in where rice is concerned. We call millers, traders, farmers, extension staff, and other service providers, in the private sector. So we do carry out such kind of effort just to improve on marketing linkages. And in that regard, we have actually done very well, because initially, when the project just started, we realized to say why the numbers in terms of the farmers that were into rice growing, the numbers were small. It was because of the challenges in terms of marketing. But with this kind of fora, we have eased the challenges regarding to market. A number of our farmers have been linked to markets, and it's easier because we have now these platforms like the WhatsApp platforms, where all these rice value chain players are subscribed, and by so doing, it's very easy to get market information.
Mechanization centers have been established in Luapula province, easing the labor burden in rice cultivation and enabling expansion.
The mechanization centers dotted around the country can be used also for production of rice. You are aware that we also, as my brother DPS had said, that we have the potential of tapping in from CDF, where everyone can go and get that resource so that they can do more production. So those are the areas which we are looking at as we conclude by the end of this year, and the project is an look at those issues, how we can help with that issue with our farmers.
Alongside this, efforts are underway to improve seed systems, ensuring availability of pure, high-quality rice seed.
Mwisaka lyenunga mwaponelekane likakamo kaya fyala abana 500. Ayi, next season nga mwatapulamu kalina okukwata abana banga 250,000 mulya nishuru butoro lwatashani waona kai. So epiro okutira tulakayo achali n'ekikankala kukwata urubuto lwatashani kubapwiliga pantu tatwefayo kukwata urubuto lwetobenkana Einstein.
Due to interventions under the project, there have been significant shift in the mindset of farmers who are trained in good agricultural practices.
2018 twambire okulima rice twale lima fye twatipa fye then twaisa bula fye mbuto twale kusafi tuli kusafi obupusano bwaisa hapo ero basa tuleterako kwa masambiriro yakubyala mu malayini so twaisa mboko byala mu malayini nefe twale byala dira twale kusafi kyaisa mpya pusana isa pusana ko bantu mukubyala kwa malayinizi mwali sasangwa okusekuira bwino then n'okusombola bwino efe twale sombola kale ila twale byala twakusa limbi muli wanu lima twale kwata mu 4 or 5 bags ishwasombola but pali ino eshita wanu lima tulakwata 20 bags 25 kufika kuya na kumulu wanu lima so nishikwa sasa ngati pali wopusano waba pobukalamba so chikankala kubyala rice mu malayini.
From land preparation, seed selection, planting, weed management, harvesting, milling, and marketing, Moridep has strengthened the entire value chain. Farmers are now able to see rice not as just food, but as a sustainable business.
Masambiriro aya batusambirisha nalisanga mukwati baisa tusambirisha kona muri business muri aye ni masambiriro twaisa kwata munomba twasanga no kweba twala kwata kona market yakwe bati twala shako mibyali kile atusambirishako ni fwaire yanje ndio kushiwe apo mfiri kulima rice ululu vutorwa rice mfiri kulimino ululu vutorwa rice mfiri kulimino chonse fe baisa atusambirishako bantu mukale twaleli mafye twale tanda fye twali madini ka 10 by 10 na byalika limbi li mameda ya tatwati twa umushirita ubepo na byalika nomba pali ino shiteli baisa atusambirishako ifi awe tuletotela
wapo fingi fya tufunda ba ofisa mumili pantu ivyo twalelima mori deputairaisa tatwalelima kulingana nefyo tungalima twale bompye nkasu twale bompya fye tatwakwete n'entambo nombe mori deputairaisa na ba ofisa babako bala tusambirisha ifya kuchita ifya kulima ifya kumona ukupekanya empanga byonse fya programu yaishira naitwafwa naitutwala pantanshi anatukwata mu knowledge mumilimine yesu.
So when the project just started, the yield in terms of rice was standing around just 1 ton per hectare somewhere there. Yeah. But as I'm speaking now, in all these districts where the project is domiciled, the average yield is standing around 2 tons per hectares. And in some instances, like Lunga, we've recorded 2.6 tons per hectare in some areas, you know, and which is the project objective, because the project is one of the indicators, you know, yeah, when you look at the product design, the project design, we invest to reach to 2.6 tons per hectare. So when you look at Lunga, already you see around that, so which is really a success, you know, yeah. So also a number of trainings, a number of extension staff have been trained, you know, have been trained in all these aspects that I earlier mentioned, good rice practices, okay, yeah. And with these trainings, that's why the yields have gone up, because now we no longer see a scenario where these farmers that before the project were broadcasting in terms of broadcasting rice seed when cultivating. This time they are following these recommended rice planting practices, you know, yeah. given the manuals that we have given them on good rice practices. Yeah. And also, the project has trained a number of seed growers. Initially, the project trained 4 seed growers, but last season, the project trained 30 rice seed growers. So in total now we have around 32 rice seed growers that are trained by the project. So this is a very big plus, because as the project was also coming to an end, we see that now where sourcing of rice is concerned, it would be easy for our farmers to source rice seed.
Rice experts from the Zambia Agricultural Research Institute, ZARI, normally share with farmers some best practices in rice growing and management.
ZARI is working with the Japanese, specifically with the Morede project, to help with the production of rice and also dissemination of technical practices on how farmers should grow their rice so that they can increase their yields or productivity. So also ZARI is helping in providing the seed that is of high quality so that farmers can have access to good seed that will translate into higher yields.
Farmers under the Morede project share gratitude to the project for their change in their livelihoods through increased yields and production.
Pakusuminisha bajai kukwisa muno pantu na inenga nshaishive nga naikala patio nifine turelima nefya kwa turele ichushafye tamuli na profit nge mataba walima wayakunto matafile pesa sana profit pantu mweno muna batusambisha nefya kwa batikuti waishiba finshi mpose ifyo na posa muri libala ni so much na pakwisa tamo kukwisa afunyamo kuti waishiba na posele fine na posele fi elina sa afunyamo profit na kwatamo ni ninsambirira palwandi
kwenapa nabuntola kupanta nshi nalita mpoko chikulu achimupanganda echo ndekulanga house nokushitamo ifipe munganda mipando neng'ombe nishita kuli rice ndetotela fie Moridepu through nani kwe cha agriculture muno kwebati kwena pali ndakai na batutwala pantanyi sana nango bantu abanensu amafarmers abekere ukana ingira muri ubulimi bali posera fenshi kumuno kwebati uya ntanshi bwabo tabwa kayeta bakachitebwa ngubuya ntanshi kwa pantanyi shawe tabakafunduke.
The market-oriented rice development project is transforming the rice landscape in Luapula province and beyond by promoting rice as a business, strengthening farmer capacity, introducing mechanization, and linking producers to markets. Morede is turning untapped potential into real prosperity, empowering Zambian farmers and building the foundation for a rice-secure future.